How many people in this room believe that no one should be discriminated against because of their gender, ethnicity, or religion, or how they identify themselves as an overall person? For the people that agree with me with this, I want you guys to think for a second of all the discriminations that face women. One of the discriminations I want to talk about is the gender wage gap or the women's pay inequality. But before I get into that, I want to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Jonathan Junkerth. I am a feminist college student who has done countless hours of research and study about this topic. So, in order to break down and educate you all about women's pay inequality as affecting women's economic security and ability, I will be discussing what the gender pay gap is, what causes the gender pay gap, and what we can do to help put a stop and an end to the gender pay gap. So, to begin with, what exactly is the gender pay gap? According to Deborah Vagins, who has her PhD and doctorate in women gender studies, the gender pay gap is the median annual pay of all women who work full-time and year-round compared to a similar group of men. And because of this, according to PayScale, the leading compensation marketing leader software company, the average woman in the United States earns 79 cents for every dollar earned by men. This is a difference of 21 cents, and I just want to overall talk about this. This difference in 21 cents can mean the difference between earning $5,000 to $10,000 a year. This is an extreme amount of money that I'm certain women all across America could use, whether they're mothers or whatever they have to take care of their family. Talking about this, you might be asking, when will this end? According to Hess from the Institute of Women's Policy Research, it will take 40 years until 2059 for the women to reach pay equality. This does not, however, mean the same for colored women. For colored women, it is even slower. For Hispanic women, we have to wait until 2224, and Black women will have to wait until 2130. That is an extreme amount of time. Now that you are kind of familiar with what the gender pay gap is and how it affects women, I will explain what causes it. We'll first look at the factors and what these factors suggest. So, according to Jean Farrell and Sarah Glein of the Center for American Progress Organization, among men and women employed full-time, 60% of the gender pay gap can be attributed to known factors such as work experience at 10%, union status at 4%, and occupational choice at 27%. You might be thinking there's 40 other percent, right? I'm going to talk about it. The other percent, the other 40%, is sexism and just overall the discrimination towards women. So, because of this, I want to talk about just overall what causes the gender pay gap. And what causes it, as I said before, is just overall sexism towards women and just the known attributed factors. Now that you know this, I'll explain how to put an end to this. So, how to put an end to this, we need to raise the minimum wage and pass the Fairness Paycheck Act and just voice our opinions about this, because at the end of the day, the only way to stop things is to revolt against it and rebel against it. And if we honestly do this, we will definitely put an end to it. Look at all the protests that's happening, whether it's the George Floyd protest or Black Lives Matter protest. We're beginning to see a change, and we need to do the same with women's pay inequality. From reading this, I have talked about overall what gender pay gap is, what causes it, and how we can put an end to it. I really hope at the end of the day we can all voice our opinions and spread it, because that's the only way we're ever going to help put an end to this. Thank you.